Green Man! 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 Holy YouTube video, Green Man!
Morning everyone, I've just had my breakfast. I'm at my dad's. I'm busy working on my blog for later. I've got 2 laptops. I'm a 2 laptop man. Yeah, for various reasons. I'm going out. Oh, I'm going out to Leon C later. Which is like by the beach. Gonna go to the pub. Hopefully it's quiet so we don't have to be near anybody. Social distancing and all that. This is Silas the Spider. I don't know how old I was when I got him, but I remember Dad bought this for me. We went out for a day trip somewhere. I think we was in Kent and we went to some kind of castle, and I remember seeing this and I went, "Oh Dad, give me that spider." And I called him Silas. Silas the Spider. There he is. Makes a good hat. No, I look like I'm into reggae. No, not quite. My dreads ain't long enough. Yeah, so I go to Leon C. I'll do some footage on Leon C actually. Got a couple of videos I want to do later on as well. Just to show you Leon C. I'm gonna do a coffee review. First time ever on this channel, a coffee review, because I got some coffee that was sent to me. I think it was Nova Man 66, because I entered one of these contests. He sent me a gift package, included a package of coffee, which I've never tasted yet. But because my dad likes coffee, and he's got a percolator, I saved it for when I was going to see him again. And obviously with the COVID, it took a long time for I actually got to see him. But now that I'm here, we'll do a coffee review later on. Also going to do a contest entry for someone in the vinyl community. Right, I'm going to shout that again, because yesterday I didn't shout them out properly. I didn't have time to do a jingle in the end. I completely forgot what the time was, and I was suddenly, it was 11:30. And I thought, oh my god, I'm not finished the video. I'm not done today's blog. Luckily, I'd already uploaded it. But what I normally have to do is I have to upload it, then I download, then I put the intro on, then I do the outro of the jingle separately. If I'd done that, it wouldn't have gone up till 1 in the morning or something like that, and I was watching a film with Dad. So I just put what was already on there, just without intro, without outro. The channel that I wanted to shout out was Remy Q Studios. So once again, I'll put Remy Q Studios link down below. But I will also do a jingle, a proper jingle. I'm going to click on these. Like, I had 37 people watching that video, yeah, yesterday. Oh, he's got 3 more subscribers since yesterday, so that's not too bad. I don't know if I don't know, but there's 37 people who've watched my video, according to what it says. But you think, you know, we'd have a few more subs after that. But yeah, make sure you go and sub them up today. Yeah, I was going to show you around Lee and have a few drinks. Actually, no, I was going to talk about some of the comics I've read lately as well. Actually, here's what I've read yesterday. Let's see if I can find them all. Right, this cover's slightly misleading. He doesn't steal his bride at all. Though they do both disappear when they have a kiss. It wasn't like a romantic kiss. It was like they just got married and then you kiss the bride kind of thing. Like, I don't know, this tradition, the best man kisses the bride or something like that. It wasn't meant to be. Right, what it turned out, I think I did see the beginning part of this. Read the beginning part of this at another time. Because I want to get Superman in action, I just read them as I get them. So I'm not waiting to get the whole run before I read them. So I remember reading the first part of this before. There's a woman who Lex Luthor falls in love with. she's dying. She's got some deadly disease. He manages to work out how to save her, and they decide to get married. Then in this one, they get married. Superman goes to kiss the bride, and him and the bride both disappear, like disintegrate. Don't know what's happened to them. Well, it turns out, at the same time as she disintegrates, Lex Luthor is kidnapped by a couple of his own robots. They take him back to his base, do something to his brain. Basically, he'd hypnotised himself so that he wouldn't realise it. So that he wouldn't realise that this was his own plot. It was his own plot. The plot was this woman was dying. They cloned her, killed her, and the clone body had an implant in it. So when Superman kissed it like something to do with Kryptonian DNA was recognised, something like that. It goes into like a phantom zone, something like the phantom zone. But I think I can't remember what it was now. But some phantom zone they can never get back from, and but for Superman obviously he works his way around it. If he realises it's a plot, doesn't get sent to the phantom zone, but Lex Luthor has now had his memory cleared. And he doesn't make any move to escape or to try and fight Superman. And in the last panel, you see he's crying his eyes out because although it was his plot originally, he was in love with her, and he's responsible for her death. So it was like it was quite poignant almost. He was hoisted on his own petard, kind of thing. So wow, being evil doesn't pay. In this one, a floating Superman planet, Superman Island came back. It was originally shown in an old comic book. I looked up the old comic books to see about if I could buy the original appearance of Space Island of Superman. What it was, he's filled it full of kryptonite and sent it off into space. We didn't tell anyone what was inside it. It was a secret. But there's a couple of ne'er-do-wells who knew the secret. They get kidnapped by Hive, get killed to take the secret from them. Hive manages to get, because it's basically the kryptonite island is coming back into our orbit kind of thing, and they managed to capture it. But in the meanwhile, while it was out in space, a race of aliens had found it and were living on it, and they helped Superman by extracting the kryptonite from him, from his blood, and he ends up sending them back into space again at the end after defeating Hive. But Hive managed to, the cliffhanger is left as well, that Hive have actually got some, they've still got all the kryptonite, so they'll be back in the future to menace him. Well, I bought a couple of old Superman. I can't remember how much I paid for them though. I don't think they were super expensive, but I'm really happy with the condition on them. This one, the first few pages have got a fold. I was thinking of anyone in the. I know a few people in the community get their irons out and give them an iron. I don't know if anyone wants to give me any tips down in the comments below, or leave me a link to one of your videos where you did that before. I know Collecting Chaos does it. I know Night Tiger used to do it. I think I just put a bit of cloth over it, get a big strong iron on it. It's only like the first 3 or 4 pages have taken a fold. If not, I can just live with it. But it was nice to read an old comic from 1966. And this one, it was a bit of a silly one. They're all a bit silly from this era anyway. But that's the part of the fun. Is there was a charity drive thing where people put their names on a coin and throw it in a fountain. And whoever's names are pulled out of the fountain on the coins, Superman would do a wish for. And some criminals who are in charge of the underworld treasury decide to take out all the coins, put their own coins in, so they win all 3 wishes, and then they wish Superman to commit crimes, and he does. I think that should have been one of the things should have been one of the exceptions. Nothing criminal should have been in the small print from the off, to be honest. So he steals them. He gets them the largest diamond in the world. He gets them a load of gold, and he gets them a big bank full of money. But Jimmy Olsen thinks that Superman's going to trick them. So when they ask for like a ton of gold, he thinks he's going to, because there's like ounces of gold in seawater. He thinks he's going to give them like a massive load of seawater. So here you go, the gold's in there, sort it out yourself, that kind of thing, But he doesn't. He actually complies and gives them the gold, gives them the diamond, gives them the money. But it turns out that each one of them is tricked with some kind of magic Kryptonian science, so they end up showing Superman where not only destroying themselves, but also showing Superman where the secret treasury is. So he goes in, captures everyone who's in the secret treasury, all their stolen goods and so forth. Anyway, it turns out it was only the cash, which was out of date cash anyway, or cash that was about to be destroyed by the mint, and that disintegrates. But the gold, which he reclaimed from the sea himself, and the diamond, which he got some coal and crushed it to get make a giant diamond, he donated them to charity. Right, this one, I think this one is good because I love the name of the team. They're called Demon, which stands for Destruction, Extortion, Murder and Overthrow of Nations. I think that's a really cool acronym. We are Demon. And yeah, this emblem around his neck is full of magic power, and they want to get it off him. There's a sultan or a shah or something like that who had it. He discovered it in his country. He brings it to Superman for safety. They sort of want him to. Yeah, it's not a bad story. Not a bad story. It turns out the Sultan's son had found the demon headquarters himself, took out the head demon, and basically when he manages to get the jewel from Superman and he destroys it. So, but he was only disguised as the main villain, because once he was there he had to. Otherwise, the troops would have beaten him up or something. I don't know. So he had to pretend he was the main villain just so he could destroy the magic powered pendant. It was quite funny because there's one point where there's two people out in the car park or something, both with D's on their chest. They got D's like that, and he's like, I wonder if they could be agents of Demon. And it's just like, it's so nice of them to to announce who they are by wearing massive D's on their chest. You'd think they would have heard of being undercover, wouldn't you? Really? Yeah, but I like reading Superman comics that are older than me, 66, 65, that kind of time. It just gives you a kick to think how these, just thinking what good condition this one was in. I just dropped it on the floor. And that was the other one that I thought this is in decent condition. They're all on the staples and everything, which is nice. Always nice to get them on the staples. This is quite a funny one. Well, funny in the way that so there's some aliens who hate Superman. And quite a good scene actually. I was watching this scene where they're creating this Superman clone, and it was reminding me of a scene that I did in one of my podcasts that I did called the Gemini Brothers in Space, like a super science, like made up super science stuff. And I had a scene like that where it was like, recharge the genome cortex and I will fire, or something like that. And it was like they were saying sort of that similar kind of techno babble, made up jargon, and it just made me smile. But yeah, so they make a clone of Superman, but it doesn't have Superman's powers, but it does have a chip in its head that allows anything it feels for Superman to feel. And the idea is if it's not able to get Superman's powers from him and take over from him, then it's got to kill itself, and that way Superman will also die because of the chip in its head. Superman eventually manages to capture it. But the thing is, he doesn't want to kill it. He's humane, he's not going to kill him. But he's kept in a cage. He's kept in literally, that is the cage that was depicted in the thing, and that is just cruelty because there's nowhere to lie down, nowhere to sit, nowhere. He's just like, but he's like in there for years, or a year, I don't know how long for. But it's just that part of it was like, I know it wasn't shown as meant to be cruel. It obviously was cruel, but obviously the people who did the art didn't really think it through very well. He makes Superman look like a real nasty piece of work to keep someone captive in a cage that they can't even sit down in. It was pretty silly. But the clone eventually, because he's watching like newsreels of Superman and his good deeds and all, he suddenly realises that the Superman wasn't bad. He'd been lied to, and and so he gets a metal melting gun somehow. The robot, the Superman robot that's guiding him, doesn't think that the metal melting gun is going to won't do any harm because it can't. The cage wasn't made out of metal. The robot was plastic, so it wouldn't melt him. So he just wanted to look at it, but he shoots it from head, destroys the chip in his head, which also kills him. But it also means that Superman is no longer, in danger of dying from that chip. Yeah. That was a pretty decent story. I was just more funny for the fact that that cage is not a humane way to keep a captive. And it's depicted Superman as being such a nice bloke, which he is obviously, but I just think the arts department there didn't do a very good job of depicting the conditions in which Superman should keep someone captive. That's my take on it anyway. Right, so I'm going to show you some scenes around Lee. Okay, so we're in Lee, and this is my dad's jelly deals. I know people wanted to see the jelly deals from when I did a little bit about jelly deals on Life with Two YouTubers channel. That's what they look like. Is it vinegar and pepper on them? Yeah. It's just fish and jelly. And we've obviously been to the pub. I've got a cheese roll, I've got some prawns, and I've got some crab sticks.
It's all wrapped up.
Yeah. It's all corona proof. Say hi, Dad.
Hello there, yeah. Here they are, look, lovely, look. Cockney's breakfast, this is. Cockney's breakfast, here we go.
Hey, this is my dad and stepmum. We're in another pub. We're in the Mayflower in Leigh-on-Sea.
See coronavirus. No coronavirus here.
Well, no, hopefully not. Alright, so we're going home from Lee now. We've had to cut the pints and some cockles. Well, we had cockles, didn't you? No, you had mussels and jelly deals. I had crab sticks and prawns. Mum brought her own sandwiches. Oh yeah, cool. So that's it. I'm going to pass over to me from yesterday to show you some comics from my box number 10. And don't forget to sub up the Less Bigly channel that I'm going to do a jingle for at the end. And I hope you enjoyed our day out in Lee. Okay, so this is yesterday. Hi, me from tomorrow. Thanks for passing me over. Thanks for passing over to me. So yeah, I wonder what I got up to tomorrow. I hope it was something good. Yeah, I hope tomorrow me was happy. Hope tomorrow me hasn't had a terrible accident and died or something. 'Cause that would be. Oh, why do I have to think that? Why do I have to think things like that? Because I'm a strange, depressive man. That's why. Right, I'm going to show you some comic books. I'm going to show you Manhunter. This is from the 80s, 88, 87, 88, I think. No, 88 starting. It's Manhunter by Ostrander and Yale, art by Rice and Keefe. Manhunter. One of the many, many Manhunters that DC have had. Not to mention the No Man Escapes the Manhunters. I'm not sure if this is... I can't remember all their names now. Mark... someone, Paul Kirk is the more famous one. I think Paul Kirk has now become, this is Mark Shaw, I believe it is. I found Mark, anyway, it says Mark. Then there was a female Manhunter later on, and then there was various clones of Manhunters. There was a Manhunter backup story in Detective that's quite well regarded. Yeah, there's been quite a lot of Manhunter action. Don't think he ever had any powers. He's just like a well-trained guy, basically, trained in martial arts and agile and reasonably strong and but no actual superpowers as far as I'm aware. I believe the first Manhunter, unless this was retconned, it was actually a Manhunter from the Golden Age who had a pet dog. He was a policeman, I think. He had a pet dog. And I remember in the Manhunter, No Man Escapes the Manhunter, the crossover Millennium series, that pet dog turned out to be a robot that was actually spying on people. If memory serves correctly. There you go. Who's this? Vertigo, Count Vertigo, isn't it? Is it Count Vertigo, this fella? I think it's Count Vertigo. Invasion First Strike Extra, guest starring Flash. Quite a garish costume. An interesting face mask. Invasion Aftermath Extra. Bit of a low-key cover, just a speeding Flash, and has he been knocked off his feet by the Flash, or what's happened there? The search for buried treasure or death. Looks like he's got a costume upgrade. Looks like a robot in this one. And there's someone in a Lex Luthor looking robot. It looks like a Lex Luthor suit. And this guy from Checkmate. Yeah, Manhunter, one of those sort of, no superpowered, but kind of like into that kind of espionage, kind of undercover ops kind of thing. He definitely looks like he's got a robot suit in this one now. It says he's in big trouble now. Manhunter's in big trouble now. Must be in Russia because there's one of the Rocket Reds, who are a Russian superhero team. Manhunter Losers Weepers. He looks like he's... What the heck is that? That's a really weird looking... Is it a robot? Is it a spaceship? Is it a transformer in mid-transformation? He looks like he's back to his old costume as well. But what is that supposed to be that he's fighting there? It's a very weird angle and weirdly shaped thing. Whatever the heck it's meant to be. This one, Stalked by the Catman. The old Batman villain, Catman. One of the only cases of a male character being named after the female character. Because obviously Catwoman's been going for a lot longer. I hope you guys watched the stream that Shebab did recently. Shebab. Shebabbity babbity 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 bab. With a mate, I can't remember what his name is. Rob? I think his name's Rob. So they did an awesome stream going through Catwoman's history, dropping facts like the fact that Catwoman is older than Wonder Woman. I did not know that. Showing off some of the great costumes, talking about, you know, some of her appearances and disappearances kind of thing. Apparently, because she was, when the Comics Code Authority, the Worth or whatever, the Seduction of the Innocents, whatever his book was called, she was decided to be too sexual, so they got rid of her. But she came back in a Lois Lane issue that I'd like to have, but it's expensive. Why are comics I want so expensive? Why can't they all be really cheap? Or, even better, why can't I find them going cheap somewhere? I was saying, I'm at my dad's now. I went to my dad's yesterday, even though it's today for me at the moment, but in tomorrow's video, when this is shown, it will be yesterday. I went to my dad's, and I might see if I can get him to take me to some charity shops, like do a little tour, see if I can find any comics going cheap. I've done it before, there was never, not any comics at all, let alone going cheap. Not a single spodding comic. I think all the charity shops in the UK are too wise on comic books now as well. We don't have thrift stores, or we have car boot sales. I might have to see if they take me to a car boot sale, if there are any in Southend where he lives. They're normally at the weekend. He doesn't like to drive that much now because he's in his 80s now. So he drives to the shop for his weekly shopping kind of thing. But he doesn't go out an awful lot. Doesn't like to go like places he doesn't know that well. You know, so he's getting on. So yeah, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get to look at some comics. I think there is a comic shop in Southend that I go to. I might go there and see what they've got in facsimiles and see if I can pick up some of those 80-year books, like 80 Years of the Flash, 80 Years of Catwoman. But I think they're quite expensive though. I'm not sure if I want to pay a £5 for a comic book. I might just wait till they going cheap. Like I only just picked up the Action 1000. And I'm pretty sure I got it cheaper than they were selling them at the time. Manhunter, we're coming to the last bunch of Manhunters now. Number 21, this is from January 90, Saints and Sinners, part 4 of 6. Shout out to Sasquatch, although this is more like a Yeti than a Sasquatch. But you know, it's a shaggy bear man. Part 5 of 6. Right, 2 more to go in this little batch. Here we go. Part 6 of 6. Can't see who the artist is. Well, it says art is by Mime, and Stetema. I don't know if they did the cover as well. Not names that I particularly know. That's number 24. And finally, after 2 years, the run ends. Manhunter no more. Grant and Giordano seems to be credited with the cover. And it's a little bit of a take on the old Spider-Man. The costume in the bin and walking away. Or the Titans with the costumes thrown on the floor and then walking away from the costumes. Yeah, Manhunter no more. He quits. I've had enough. I'm out of here. The ever-loving end. He ends up with a lady though, look. Look at that. Love and kisses. That's how all comics should end. Right, so that's it then. That's my Manhunter run. Cheers for watching. I'm out of here. There'll be a jingle, hopefully, at the end. A link down below for a channel for you to go and check out. Please do so. Please leave a comment as well. It helps to, you know, the more comments and thumbs up that I get, the more the video is seen by other people. So please leave a comment, even if it's just hi, or ooga booga majuga balugly bog, or Show us your willy. Whatever. Just leave a comment. And I'm not showing you my willy. Shut up. And I'll be back tomorrow for another bloggy blog. But until I come back tomorrow, may all your news be good news.
Well, I've got something that you can do. Doop 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 doop. Go and sub up Remy Q. Doop 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 doop. Links in the corner, so sub him now. Remy Q Studios. Yeah, Remy Q Studios. Sub him up right now. Woo!